sir has been visiting to few other foreign universities for giving his research paper presentation with an ambit of huge experience in the area of marketing, and a very senior professor from my own institution, senior to me also, and senior professor, one of the senior professor from the institute. And I'm happy that after Dr. Hyde, you would be getting a very vibrant understanding about a subject called marketing, and a case from marketing, a case which is purely related to marketing, and subject like marketing from where Ajit sir is coming is, from my side, this is my view, that it is a backbone of an MBA program. So every MBA aspirant and every MBA student who has joined an MBA program need to understand marketing as a subject. And with an expertise, a communication and intellect, I think there is no one else who is an institution in himself in the subject of marketing to come and deliver to the students of, I'm privileged that students of MBA International Business are there. So there are students of MBA FT who has also enrolled for it. And I keep this floor open, and I request Dr. Sachan to give you a brief introduction so that we can formally proceed with the session. Abhishek sir. Abhishek sir, you're not audible. Abhishek, you're not audible.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes, you can.
So your words about Dr. Ajit is, sufficient to explain that who is Dr. Ajit. Let me tell you, all the participants, that Dr. Ajit is the most influential person to whom you might have observed, and you might have seen lots of social networking. Is the most influential person of Asia continent, and you might have observed lots of concepts which are there in the marketing. You are gonna listen that personality who are designing the concept of marketing, who are reframing the new dimensions in the field of marketing. He's having a wide experience from the point of view of publication, from the point of view of presentation. He presents his idea in lots of, he presents his idea and thoughts in lots of universities and institutions throughout this nation, and also abroad. And even in case of Dr. Ajit, I don't have much word to explain him. I think words are not sufficient to give a brief about Dr. Ajit. Without taking much time, I'm inviting Dr. Ajit for the session number 2 of a case study analysis workshop with the name Vishleshan. This is my request to Dr. Ajit to please take over the session.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, first of all, just can I share screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so thank you very much, Honorable Dr. Murlidharji Panga, Deputy Director, Prestige Institute of Management and Research, PG Campus, and my dear colleague, Dr. Abhishek Pratap Singh ji, and our colleague and friend, Dr. Hyde just addressed you, head of the department and professor with Human Resource Department, HR department. And today I'm honored because not only you are giving me opportunity to interact with our students, but also to share some of my insights. And I'm not actually a student for you, a big man. It's a very small person, just like you. And whatever I am today, just because of you, your love, your interactions, your curiosities in a classroom, and your alumni, your seniors. The topic is very pertinent, and title is very interesting, because case study analysis, as far as I experienced during my stay in academic in various institutions, I thought that the students are always in hurry, and the faculties are in hurry to complete the syllabus. And when the two dilemma come together, it complicates their job in a classroom. So what happens? They wanted to now perform each and everything, but sometimes mistakenly or even unwillingly, we leave some thought, some considerations, some indicators to be pondered or thought over by all of us. So here I'll take those points and will try to connect also, as I told you, with market. But I'll take a overall approach because the students needs to understand, and as I came to know that some of you are also from many of you are from the first year, first semester, second semester. So let me start our discussions with you on number one point here. You look at these slides is dealing with the what's a case actually. These are some basics here. So there are some, rumors. There are some misunderstanding in mind that case actually is a account. It could be a brief account. It could be a detailed account. Account of anything that is related sequentially, non-sequentially, haphazardly, or maybe that whatever way be you or somebody else as a case drafting man has presented the things. So case is also a account of any event, any situation, any industry, any organization, or even any small activities or groups, whoever involved in business related activities, because since I am here taking the business cases. Second thing, somebody tells that case is also a story. Of course, it's a story because the way it has been narrated, written, or beeped off, always it gives you some sort of the morals of any story. And we all used to hear this right from our birth in our life. And in a story, there are a lot of characters, and these characters sometimes are relevant, sometimes these characters are irrelevant, but they are a part of a story. And when your grandpa, grandma, your maternal grandpa, grandma, your parents used to tell you these stories when you were young or in childhood, and you have to go through each and every stages, and you have to go through, and you have to be, very vigilant, these words. You have to go through with each and every process, and you cannot ignore, though as a child, the curiosity actually that stays within you, you intentionally never ignore. But the problem is that when we advance in our life, in experience, opportunities, or exposure, we become a bit complicated in our approach, and we started seeing the things from our specs, our colored specs, and we see only those things which we want to see. In management world, you know this as a perception. So a story has been actually narrated, told, written, or studied because of these prejudices and perceptions in mind, and it's very difficult to read of this. And that's why here comes the problem with our approach. Third thing, many of us say that case is nothing, it's a situation. And situation, as you know, is not a permanent nature word. Situation, it means that keep changing with the environmental factor. Situation that only look at the point, world, organization, or particular discipline or department with particular angle. And when the angle changes, when the parameter changes, when the surrounding changes, situation changes. So what's today we are experiencing during COVID time might be different tomorrow. We are today suffering, under suffering. Tomorrow we would be singing the virtues of the COVID heroes, first line workers, and strugglers who came out as a winner. Such situations are never same. But situations needed to be regarded because the purpose of case is not that which we are understanding. I'll just discuss with this purpose shortly, short while from now. Next one is relation. Case is also a relation. Some relationship are obviously felt and understood. Some relationship are not felt, non-felt. And these relationships are tacit, based upon tacit understanding. You can say invisible. Like we share, we enjoy with our colleagues, with kith and kins, with neighborhood, with our city's fellow, our juniors, alumni, and seniors. But these relationships have got something into the whole story, whole account, and whole situations. And that's why I think as a management student, you should never try to take this lightly, because you never know the type of the relationship which you are today investing in, enjoying, or experiencing, how it will come as an opportunity tomorrow, or as a threat to you, or might be unnecessarily, it could be complicating your situations. So I'm not taking case only from the point of view, whatever actually distributed or administered in a classroom, but the cases is a very different approach where we needed to relook at it. So these four things, what I mean, came to my mind while I was thinking what to teach, what not to teach in this approximately an hour discussion with you. Then the next questions, usually what happens in your classes, whether you are in BBA, undergraduate, graduate, or postgraduate courses, when cases are distributed or shared nowadays through online or virtual classes, how to read them clear? You can say how to study them. Some of us say you go faster because you have to finish these things in 20 minutes or 15 minutes. But see, case itself decides its pace. It's not you who decide the pace. So once you are actually in particular conversations with your dear, beloved, darling colleagues, friends, then you would have known and felt that you forget the time and you deeply engrossed into them with discussions with them. It also happened with me. Why so it happened? Reason being that you try to connect with the character, the situations, the themes, and the background. So if you have this presumption in mind that you should cursory, adopt a cursory reading, and that will actually solve your purpose, that is not a good thing. Neither it's a slow. It should have its natural pace, because each one of us have a different type of the understanding and backgrounds. Each one of us have a different type of the exposure and experience. A teacher, administrator cannot deal all the students or the discussants in a similar manner. That's why we should have given some considerable time period to the student as a teacher and administrator, and a student must take this time. During my exposure earlier with the ICFI Business School, where we used to give the students a lengthier cases, not less than the 80 pages to the students, at least 2 weeks to 4 weeks in advance. And students were asked to study this, read this. And when they appeared in a classroom, they had a lot of doubts in mind, lot of queries, and the discussion for which the case was meant to lead to the meaningful end was served, because students individually and in a group, they were coming up with certain suggestions, and they wanted to have the clarity and clarifications from teachers and other groups. And that led to the some understanding technical for which purpose the case is designed
and for which this has been administered in a classroom. Reading can also not be brief. Why I'm talking about this? Some of us of the habit that they not only cursory goes through the case, but also they focus on few points with which they are familiar, are acquainted during their course of life or development. And that's why this brief approach could be in danger until you are caught in some complicated cases. It is paying off just like a shortcuts in a life. Sometimes it pays you off, but many times it leads you to the bigger failure that I'll not suggest my student to adopt this approach. Some of us of the habit that we just read and go through the few para and we actually leave the other para unattended. And these para, we select on the basis of its size, understanding with the framing of the sentence, and non-familiarity with the type of the words being used. But the beauty of the cases being drafted by a good faculties, they actually never use the bombastic words or flowery words, because the purpose is to connect with the all levels of the students. So you need to read with your own natural pace. But I'll suggest you one more thing. When you give a first read of the case, you read out it. When you give a first read, you just go through the problem because you may not be getting into the cases properly. When you give a second read, then actually you try to understand the major characters into it. But when you give a third read, then you try to connect with the all relevant characters into the cases or the situations. So I'll suggest all of you at least go through these cases, whatever given to you thrice. 3 reads are at least sufficient, may not be sufficient, but this is, I mean, the basic thing which you need to follow. Now the next questions comes to the mind is that how to solve the cases. So first things comes to the mind, because reading was your personal or in a group, you need to now focus on the case individually and start thinking over the everything given into it. And you will find after some time that something you are making out. And this something is very important. I cannot force Panga sir or Abhishek sir to think the way I am thinking. And the better approach is that we all three are thinking in our own way. And when we discuss in a group and we try to reach to the consensus and conclusion, then we try to define that what we are thinking, is it really given? But the meditation, self-pondration, self-thinking, deep thinking is required to understand the case. Second thing, discuss. After meditation, you need to discuss the case with the relevant attendee, with the relevant group mates or the teammates, or wherever you are in workshops or in conferences. And discussions always actually decides the length. And discussion also actually decides that where we are students. That's why the similar case cannot be discussed in the first semester and in second semester, because in first semester we keep in mind that our students are just knowing the fundamental of management. Irrespective, few of them are coming from the background from engineering, medical, business or commerce. So they may be performing better. But keeping in mind as a whole, the class strength, we must promote the discussion in a class, and you also need to discuss. First meditate, then discuss. Don't discuss first and then meditate, because it will destroy your thinking. Third one, read many times. First, I ask you to read thrice. Then I asked you to meditate. And then I ask you to discuss. But I'll ask you most important thing later on, learn to the many times reading if possible. Because this time your pace and speed would be, I mean, unimaginably very good, that you can't believe that you are reading. And that's why when you go through the same cases, same situations, multiple times, you started reading many things. If you have been a religious person, and if you had to read the scriptures many times, sometimes you get what you couldn't get in the last 20 years or 30 years. It is just because of the exposure you have. And why I'm asking you to read many times? First, I ask you to meditate, then I ask you to discuss. First reading was secular reading. First reading was in isolation, without any prejudice. Second reading, where you are inputting your own knowledge. And the third reading, where your own perceptions and your secular reading, which is also now getting into the discussions with the other members, will give you the different insights and perceptions. That's why you again go through these cases, and then you may have the better grip over the case. Now, there are a lot of myth about the cases. Number one, some of us deal the cases as a reading comprehension. See, I can remember and recall many occasions during my academic career when I asked to the students, they were just not treating case as a reading comprehension. They jumped to the questions given at the end, and they were trying to the solutions. So their thinking was very prejudiced, just like somebody else criticized about the person whom you are going to just meet, and everything will be determined because you have in mind, back of the mind, the person is not a good person. And that's why the similar way in reading comprehension, it will, spoil the right analytical skill that you might have. So don't treat as a reading comprehension. Don't look at the question first, and don't try to just, because many students say, sir, in this case, questions are not given. Yes, it happens in many questions. In many cases, questions are not given. So what? If questions are given, might not be relating to the content, and it might again disturb you while you are reading the cases. Some of us say that the myth about the case is the case is tough. No, case is not tough. Neither it's tough nor it's easy. It has the, on way to present the different variables of our personal life, professional life, business life, and transactional life. So it could be tough, it could be easy because it's a personal matter. But don't have this presumption in mind prior to read out the case. Next one. Similar way, see the all cases are not of the same tone. Don't treat it just like you treated earlier the different case. It doesn't mean that all marketing cases are similar. It doesn't mean all HR cases are similar. It doesn't mean all the similar problem. Like suppose the product adoption or product launch was the issue internationally or domestically. They may have different issues. So don't treat in a similar manner, because you have to have, the secular and treat it in isolation. Don't treat it with the previous experience with the other cases. Now, how to deal with the cases? So first questions comes to the mind is that the cases are, everybody say that identify the problem. So let me first ask you, what is the problem? Actually, problem, sometimes even somebody says that, Ajit sir, this is a problem. I don't see it sometimes some issue. I see that this is an issue, like in a classroom. If the result is not up to the mark, these students are a problem. Our students are a problem, our teachers are a problem. No, teachers are not a problem, students are not a problem. Timing is a problem. No, timing is not a problem. Then attendance is a problem. There comes. Problem actually is that when everything is in place and you don't get actually the right end or end fulfilled or desired achieved, then problem comes. Because if I purchase some products and if I'm using and consuming it, whatever mentioned into the leaflets and instructions over the packaging are inside the product packaging. How to use it, what amount is to be consumed, clear? But if you have not read the instructions, just like cases, many of us of the nature, we don't actually read the instructions and packaging properly, and then be subject to the some issues with us, and we started terming this as a problem. No, it was a handling issue. No, it was the imperfect combinations. No, you didn't care into account the advice or prescriptions, suggestions given there. So everything here, which you can understand, is very important for all of us. So whether it's a problem or not, sometime I see the things as an opportunity, and these opportunities maybe in a sense that if today I'm not given any opportunity to discuss with the students, it is a problem if I am not capable. If I am not capable, if I am capable, I'll create a student. I'll create a student as a some of my colleague. I'll create a student not only from the prestige, from other area, and I'll create a student even those who are my seniors. So it depends upon a capability. If I want to render my services, I can do it. So problem sometimes are not a problem. They might be issue, they might be factor, there might be opportunities, but we will have to have the angle clearly defined in our way. So define a problem. Number one is there problem exist? Number one, a problem is not there unnecessarily, do not identify it. There's a problem with us that whenever we actually give a case, students are directly now looking out for the problem. In each and every case, there is sometimes problem is not given, that is hidden. You have to identify. And that's why when question changes, problem changes. And when actually answer changes, problem solved. That's why if you are looking at the product analysis and performance from Indore region, that could be a problem during COVID time and when the curfew imposed. But if you look at the product performance from national angle, that is not a problem. One of the issue Indore can be dealt with, and the profit can be compensated by performing into the other area. So is that a problem? Sometimes it's an opportunity. The resources that was used into the Indore territory or region might be used for the other purposes. By then, your workforce is relaxing and involved into the other creativity. Second thing, if you have not identified, sometimes you are not able to identify because problem is not given. But sometimes problem is existing and you need to just recognize it. Just like when you take any decisions to purchase any product, you don't need to identify, you recognize the need exists over there. You just need to recognize it. So if you cannot recognize that is a problem, then of course that could be dangerous. And if you read the whole cases, you answered all the questions, but you couldn't achieve the objectives of the case. So recognize. How you will recognize? Yes, of course. COVID is a situation and a problem as well, because we don't have capability or resources to deal it perfectly. We recognize it. Now, how to find a way during this time for the businesses, for the market, for the product, and for the employee development? So if I recognize this fact, then I'll go ahead. If I say, my students are not from the IIM, my students are from IITs, my students are not from the top 10 B schools. And if you recognize it in a classroom, I recognize this as a teacher, then we will adopt other way, how you can be at par with those students. So don't actually go by the fact that we are similar. No, recognize that is the second important thing. Then preparing notes. When you are dealing a case, then you need to have some, in exam, you may have the last pages of the books, and in your classroom understanding, you may have some diaries you have, or if you are suppose in organizations, you may have electronic or digital diaries. where you may have some notes. Notes are given nowadays. You prepare in notes. When you're reading the first para, what are the important things in first read according to you? And after third read, note them down. In second para, in third para, join them, conjoin them, and you will actually reach to the some good things is emerging based upon the given facts. Based upon the given facts. Now let me clarify all of you. Cases are not of the same nature which usually you discuss in a classroom. Cases can be a video cases. Cases can also be in different phases, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Cases can also be the combinations of the given facts and the facts that is posted on the websites and portals of the company. And cases can also be where actually you may have some different data published through other secondary sources which you combine together. Now it's up to the administrator or the teacher what type of the cases they give you in a classroom. Clear? And what amount of the time they need you to devote with the case, and what amount of the time they devote with you. What instructions they give you at the first meeting, suppose it's of the 1.5 hour meeting with you, besides the classes. And evening, I again have given you some hints and instructions. And tomorrow I'm asking you to again review it, look into it. So notes preparation should be your habits. For your usual cases, I told you. And for the other cases, you need to have the different type of the folders in your digital diaries. And if you have a very good memory, it would work. Just a minute, hanging. Okay. Now how to deal with case, and next thing come is the roles. Roles are the character mentioned in a case, and roles is of different types. Clear? But I'll classify here the rules according to on the basis of their responsibility, on the basis of their size, on the basis of their magnitude. Roles can be major, roles can be minor, and roles can be negligible. But sometimes some roles actually are very important, which we consider them as a minor role player. Look at the prestige. When somebody else comes to our institutions, whom they meet first guard, security guard, and they actually approach to the reception. So in the initial hour, when admission team is taking care of these things, you have to be very careful about these two role players, and they are major role players. Because if their behavior is not up to the mark, if they are not able to deal with the difficult type of the customers, entrants, inquirer, or visitors, then the situation might go against the equity of the prestige, image of the prestige. And similar thing applies with the reception. So receptionist is not a person who just speaks English. Receptionist is a person who knows the behavioral pattern, etiquettes, and various other local languages, and how and with what tone, what to utter, what not to utter, how much is to be responded, what should not be responded to the different queries, and where it to be, to be guided to the relevant faculty and in charge. So they are in a prestige case, when we discuss, might not be the major role player. Sometimes they are negligent with the type of the situations and problem. But in particular case, the particular situations, they could be the major role player. Now you understand what I'm pointing you. And when you're going to identify this in a case, don't think that only the manager could be the role player. Sometimes machine are also the role player. Technology is also the role player. The forging alliances companies are also the role player. Joint ventures, mergers, acquisitions, different type of the licenses which you have given, they all are also the major role player. Government policies can also be a major role player. Other restrictions, sanctions can also be the major role player. The type of the employee, their qualifications, as well as their exposure and experience, they also can be a role player. Now you have to decide whether they are the major role player, minor role player, or negligent role player. And if you can understand this concept, you could be a highly successful manager, entrepreneur, director, or anything else in the organizations. So try to look at the roles from the angle and point of view of the responsibility, size, and magnitude. So identify the major and other role players. Now, how to deal with the case? When you are dealing with the case, you have to keep in mind that you need to do the scanning of the environment. What is environment? And what are the indicators? Environment is not only our surrounding, but direct and indirect factors are the variables that affect it. Look at the today's government and their success. Let me ask you, can you make the task and a role played by our erstwhile Prime Minister, ex-PM, P.V. Narasimha Rao, or ex-Finance Minister, P. Chidambaram, in 1991's economic policy, which laid today for the free market. And Indians are claiming, Modi ji is also talking about the same thing. This environment is not developed in a day. There were many direct and indirect contributions are made from that. And you as a manager, as a, prolific reader, stupendous reader, you would have come to know that how actually Manmohan Singh ji came at the post of the Prime Minister, where he was working earlier, and who brought him into the main politics for the country. So his different suggestions, his professor level stature, his economist stature, and his, the research into the right directions was a key role player that changed the fate of this country. So you cannot see the things in isolation. I am not a development of a day. I may not be the disruption or the spoil in a day. Many things, many days, many instances, many individuals who can shape you as a hero and as a villain. So when you look at the scanning of the environment, it helps you out to understand the deep insight of the situations or the cases. And fundamentally, you all are aware in the first semester you studied that in economics and the other environment, in marketing environment, we deal with particular indicators and variables, and they are social, political, legal, informational, technological, and the cultural. So there are a lot of parameters are there. Are they all, sufficient to understand? But you need to know each and everything. They might not be of your use, because you cannot leave any stone unturned if you are really now looking into the case study and especially analysis. The word analysis itself sufficient to make you how to be a very good reader and student of the particular case study. If you do not know ins and outs, if you do not know direct and indirect relationship of the particular factor, then you cannot predict the future, especially the students from the IB and economics. They know the trend analysis. They know how forecasting can be done. They know how to project the performance in coming 5 to 10 years, and even from finance. But these trend analysis is based upon the immediate past performances. But are they sufficient every time? You need to go through even the last 15, 20 or 15, 20 years or 15, 20 quarters. Then questions comes to the mind, are they relevant? Sir, are they relevant to discuss or take into account the last 20 years account of the performance of the company? If the policies are not changed, number one, if the environment is not entirely changed or sea changes you have not registered, then please do not take into account the last 20 years. If they remain unchanged and a big change you registered, then you need to take into account each and everything. Because your politician, your legal experts, your constitutions, your policies, state-wise, the ruling of the different ideologies, government and political party system, and their different types of the leaders and their experience, their attachment, everything affect the future. And keeping them in isolation, you should not project anything. That would be, fatal to you, and your resources would be in a ban. So when you scan the environment, you should scan the environment in isolation and then also correlate them with each other. Like the indoor local environment, political environment is affected with the Malwa region. Malwa region is affected with the state and provincial status. Provinces and the states are related to the country. Country is relating to the particular Asian region, and for which the India has been a member of particular regional association group, SAPTA, NAFTA, ASEAN countries, and then how they are related with the international bodies, and how actually the World Bank, UNESCO, United Nations, UNICEF, their policies are driving our policy making in our country. And then again, you look at how government changed, adjusted, and accommodated the international policy into their policy, and what sort of the lobby is there which are working as an advisor to the government, state and Indian government. So if you have this type of the team, and even in a classroom, if the facts are given, you consider them, relate them, that will actually develop the skill, which skill set you require to analyze the problem or the cases. So these all are the things which you need to take into the account. A lot of things, that pest analysis, political, the economic, social, and technological, pastel. And then you talk about the SWOT analysis. Nowadays, we call it a TOS analysis. But let me tell you one more thing to all of you when you analyze the environment. TOS actually is actually taught into the first, second semester is not a real TOS. Real TOS is, it means you can note down, if you want to note down, is the ETOP, ETOP plus ASAP, SAFE, you can say. ETOP plus SAFE. That is the detailed SWOT, detailed TOS. And ETOP, it means the environmental threat opportunity profile. So when you do the scanning of the environment, you list down there the different type of the variables of the environment, right from political to whatever you consider, all the variables as an indicators, environmental. So environmental profiling you have to do. And then you have to profile in next column the threats. What are the aligned or given threats, probable threats with a particular situation, like political stability can lead you to that threat or instability to that threat. Is it possible? Now you can have here the small notation symbol, which can make your job easier in your copy or the pages, like arrow, upward arrow, downward arrow, some neutral arrow, and even sometimes some cross sign or right sign, clear, where you can tick threat exist. First you identify, then you can list down what are the threats available with the particular environment. So environmental threat, and then opportunity. Sometimes some threat are dangerous and they can lead you to the untimely demise, death, expiry of the products. But some threats are good because when you prepare against those things and you have all arsenal and weapons with you, you equip yourself with them, and then coming time, they could be, your assets, they could be your strength, and that can change the equations in a market after 5 years. And here comes the strategic management. Strategic management cannot look into the situation in isolation. They are not actually the short goal achievement oriented individual. They look out for the longer actually sustenance in the markets and longer achievement. So you need to have certain opportunities which is untouched, untapped, and in future you can create or you can exploit, engage those opportunities. So environmental threat opportunities, then you list down the opportunity against all variables, against all indicators. And this is known as the profiling. When you have profiled this, then you need to now you need to see the corresponding performance or relationship of all these variables with the other type of the table, which you can say is the strategic advantage profile. What are the advantages? See, the institution is providing you opportunity. Pangaji is doing a very good job. He's always concerned about you. He kept discussing with us, and even Abhishek sir is very devoted for, especially for the IB students. And then looking out for your placements, for your, the internship, your projects, how, the other department faculty can be aligned with them for your development. So actually here you cannot actually treat the other departments in isolation. He's trying to have a collaborative efforts and results which he can draw from all of us. Why I'm talking all this? Because in the strategic advantage profile, these opportunities, these threats, and the environmental variables, how far this is going to be advantageous to the students, to the prestige, and to the all stakeholders. That needed to be analyzed. And this must be your approach while you analyzing cases. Because your success is not your only success, it's also your family success. It's also your friend circle success. It's also your teacher success. It's also your manager, director success. It's also your management success. And it's also your city, environment, and everything success. They all are interrelated. And if anything of them is not performing, it will directly, indirectly affect your performances. So always you need to have, as a businessman, is always talking about the profit. Clear? And profit, if you are an NGO organization, so I'll not say non-profit organizations, but benefits, social benefits, that is also a profit. If your children are performing good, parents is not bringing up their children for the profit, but the benefit is that they are creating these individuals as a responsible citizens tomorrow who can bring about the changes into the society and at global levels. So it's a profit in a different way. It's not actually the accounts profit. Clear? So a strategic advantage is you need to now note down in the third table. So first table, what you have to do, environmental listing of the indicators. In second table, what you have to do, you have to identify the threats corresponding to the all different variables. And in third table, you have to talk about the opportunities exist, but I'll go ahead for future. If you don't have time, just do this exercise. But if you have a time, challenges and problem exist unidentified, and in future, what could be? So if you have a 3 different dimensions and approach in all tables, then definitely you are able to write into the 4 table and column. And that is the strategic advantage for analyzing this situation. At last, what you need to do, relate them with each other. But each and everything is in ban. I'll just take a permission with Sachan sir and Panga sir, because I think we started at 11:15 around. So can we have 10-15 minutes?
100%, sir. 100%.
Yes, sir. Please.
Thank you. So when you are dealing with the case, again, I told you that when Ajit Upadhyay achieves some objectives, public say he is successful, and many other can say he's a failure. But what actually I say about me and what's opinion of my family about me, that is crucial, because my life is my life. But of course, my personal life should not actually bring the troubles to the organizations and the society. That I have to keep in mind. There comes the mission. And mission is what? What you have loved in your life and what the world actually expects from you. When you have an association of that, there you got an intersection, and there comes the mission. So mission actually is always looking out for the welfare of the stakeholders. It's usually in a writing statements, I think you all are aware. So if my family mission is very different, missionaries, if my family mission is totally different, then whatever I achieve, even I will not be satisfied, because my objectives must be aligned with my mission. If they are not aligned with the mission, then suppose Prestige is talking about the quality education, then we may have a lot of questions like all HODs and senior professors. What is quality? Quality needed to be relooked in over the period of time. The same parameters cannot be applied everywhere. So if we want to qualify for the higher grade, if we want to qualify for the higher range, like our students are getting placed at the functional level, can they be placed into the managerial level, lower to the middle level, and to the higher level? Is it possible that our students goes through the different projects and they develop, their grooming is done in a 2-year in a manner that they are directly taking into the advisory committee? Are they maybe just as a learner, novice and probationary period with a manager or territorial manager directly? So what's our mission? So we need to relook at the quality, and this quality must be reflecting into our vision and then our objectives. Vision can be changed. So whenever you are doing a cases, be very particular about that. What's the, if mission is given, usually we are used to have a small cases and we complain, but it may be an exam, but for your preparations you should take, I think, lengthier cases. And there you come to know the mission of the company or the organizations, and then what's their vision. So whether the vision is perfectly aligned with the mission and whether the objectives is assigned with the vision. So you can understand objective is more defined rather than purpose. Each one of us is purposive, because only the animal can be the non-purposive. And goals are rather more defined than objectives. But targets are rather more defined than the goals. And then the policy, guidelines for actions. What are the guidelines are given? If the guidelines are not permitting the promotion of individuals, if the guidelines are not permitting the individuals to perform outstandingly, then if you have a bigger dream to be a leader and pioneer in your field, then forget about it. Because first you relook at your policy. So here you identify the weaknesses. Policy is too good, you say it's of the policy maybe of the TCS and Reliance or the other big organizations like Tesla. But policy needed to be reviewed subjectively. If your objectives are coming from the mission and vision, if you can't achieve, that's why cases are actually dealing with the particular objectives, with particular issues, with particular situations. And that responds your analysis and your strategy, how to deal it with. You are not supposed to give the suggestions to the Tesla or the Johnson & Johnson that you change your strategies. You are individually analyzing the particular slot, just like doctor is just inspecting and operating upon a particular area which is infected, not all body. So you have to be very careful. That's why look at the vision, look at the mission, look at the goals, look at the target, look at the policy. And if you are doing some cases in a classroom, those who are the video cases, go to the, the websites, portals, time to time analyze. You would come to know that when you did visit as a student, at least you need to visit 50 to 70 top brands websites. What are there? The different type of the product launchings are there. What features these products brings to the market? What are the surveys and the different infographics available? Now that go with the thing with the Google and different other websites, full of knowledge. You don't have time to stress, I think. You have always time to think over and ponder over. You can, if you are changing yourself, automatically the world will change. And case analysis is one of the tools to change your perspective towards the life, towards the society, towards yourself. Analyze the way in different manner. I never upset in my life. I learned this because of this ability. I look at the all perspective. Even in the dark side, I see many brighter aspects, because it's there. And the God has blessed me, or they will also bless you, the sight to see into it. It's just you need to identify what potential lies with you, and you are just ignoring. The moment you stop ignoring these things, it will make the superb change into your ability and capability. So please be careful about this while you are attempting the cases. Then comes how to deal with the case. Next one is what's the strategy and what's the strength. Somebody asked me, sir, when we give a cases, then students apply all strategies together, product strategies and the other strategies. For example, that if you have to spread the awareness of the product into the markets, and if you want to connect the product with the customers, what strategies you will apply. So there are 1,000 strategies might be given in a books, and you studied. So students are starting listing all those strategies, and they just have finished their cases, and later they are not interested to discuss it further. But my purpose was not to check your knowledge. My purpose was to check your analytical ability. If you ever was capable to identify one of the strategy that will best fit or suited to the particular situation. Like spreading awareness can be done using the all virtual platform. But if the particular population and sample are the targeted group is aware, I mean, 80% of them are on a WhatsApp group, are 60% of them on a Facebook applications, and 30% of them are not actually owning the mobile phone and their services. Then if you want to target this 60 to 70%, then why you are investing into Instagram? Then why you are actually going for the wall painting? Then why you are going for the pamphlet distributions? Then why you are giving your advertisement to the Dainik Bhaskar, Times of India, or the local newspapers? You need to understand what is being required. So your strategies is always must fit into the environment. That's why I first talked about the environment. So you have to, I mean, whenever suggest the strategy, keep into account these limitations, available facts, and company's capability. That's very important. Company's core capability. And in management world, in marketing world, we know them as a core competencies. Distinctive competence, if you could identify, I mean, you are the best analyzer. Look at the Hero Honda. And when the Honda is known for its distinctive competitive advantage, and that is its engine. And engine capacity is almost, look at the Shriram Honda, one of the JB, and then other Hondas, I mean, association, you all aware about them because of the engine. So then your strategy will actually center around this thing. So awareness does not require the 100 rupees bifurcations, unnecessarily 50 rupees for the local newspaper where your no customers are there, and even the 20% customers are there. And if the psychographics, if infographics, you find that the purchasing capability is far lower and your product is not coming under their range, then your strategy is failing. You can understand why I'm telling you this. Like if you are dealing with Ajit sir, and if you know he is coming from taking the 3 classes consecutively, and he must be tired. As soon as he enters into the cabin and you knock the door and you got into the cabin and you started now narrating your problem, are you going to get the perfect response at the particular time? No, it's a common sense. Instead of that, if you have taken the appointment earlier with Ajit sir, and after some times when he was a bit relaxed and was able to focus upon you, then he would be able to give you the right response. So you change your strategy. Ajit sir is good, but not on all instances. You cannot actually treat him in isolation. His background, his previous associations, ongoing situations, involvement with the other groups and associations can also affect the response. And that's why if you take this response as your final feedback, you will say Ajit sir is a bad sir, and he never actually entertained the students when they are in trouble. What was responsible? Timing strategy. What was responsible? You couldn't know where he was occupied and when to meet. So information processing, collection, and their alignment is must. That's why psychology is also come into account there. That's why sociology is also coming into account there. That's why demography in the organization is there. And that's why if you have an ample knowledge of each and everything, it will pays you off. And I am an advocate of the teacher who says that even if finance is not my paper, but I need to have a understanding, deep understanding of finance. And I need to have if I'm not a programmer, still Ajit sir know what are the syntax and codings of the Python, Hadoop, R, or the other languages, so that nobody can befool me. At least I know the basics. Just like when you go to the particular city, you are dependent upon Google Map, like this situation, where it guides you. If the map was not there, then you were dependent upon your relationship, and you had no relationship. If you had no convincing skills, if you have no skills to what to ask, what not to ask the passenger or the passerby, then definitely you can understand that you will not get the right response. The person can misguide you. So be very careful about strategy. All strategies cannot be applied to the same situations. It's not possible to cover each and everything in the just 1 hour session, but I'm trying to give you the idea, so that if in future I'll share some case with Abhishek sir and others. So if you have any problem, we again can sit in free time apart from my classes. Next is the strength, as we discussed, weaknesses, threat, and opportunities. And that also definition changes. Every time the threat might not be a threat. Sometimes it's a motivation to many of us. Sometimes somebody says, sir, nowadays the job uncertainty is there. So many of us are now exploring new things, learning new concepts. And the threat all of a sudden after few times become opportunities. We were insecure about job. Now we have ample opportunities. Even within the organizations, we created opportunities for others. So it's actually a game of analysis. These are the words are there. You need to have a product matrix where you can have a strength and weaknesses of the products. Clear? And I'll say you one thing. Don't take, none of us is free of the limitations. And I have been also a physics student, MSc physics, where I come to know that none of the machine has the 100% efficiency. None of the machines have the 100% efficiency. And we are, a human being. Limitations are there, but how limitations can be encased and used for the other purposes, that's an art. And that's why the management educations you are getting over here, your teachers are working hard with you, and you must work hard with you. Only assignments should not be completed. You should create your own assignments, your own engagement with the teachers. If you really wanted to hear, the purpose is to learn. And study is never, over. What we study during our MBA time, nothing is nowadays is there. They are fundamental, but we kept now learning new things because we have to interact with you. We have to be a solver of your problems. So then next there are a lot of questions about the assumptions. When to take assumptions? Do we need to take assumptions? And some administrators say of the cases that we should not take assumptions until it is asked. Of course are there. But in some cases when situational analysis are there, where sometimes you need to have some assumptions, like directly written there, analyze the case, but no questions are given. It means whatever, the tool for the scanning environment you are applying, you apply it. Whether you apply pastel, whether you apply toss, whether you apply sort, whether you apply detail sort, ETOP plus save, everywhere, the same thing are there, but the manner are different. Then the next tool come here, that is instrumental assumption. Now I ask you one question. Head, P.V. Narasimha Rao was not the prime minister. Economic policy would have been inducted into this country or not. Head, again, if the Manmohan Singh was not the finance minister, India would have led to the path where we are. Head, Modi ji was not appointed as a prime minister, what would have been happened? So different questions actually you take in assumptions, similar situations. If Ajit sir and Panga sir was not into the positions, into the institutions, who would have taken the charge and how the situations would have been better or no change, status quo. So assumptions are good because it always fuel your analytical skill. Just like before moving to the institute, if Ajit sir is not able to class today or Panga sir, who will take the class? And if suppose no substitute is also available, they might be busy in meeting or some emergency, then how we will invest time into the classroom? With whom I would like to invest time in a classroom? How can I use and make the use of the classroom 60 minutes for other purposes? So here comes the situations that actually gives you the lot of assumptions. We take in our life assumptions. Who takes? We do not take assumptions. But in exam, you have to be careful. If not asked, do not write. And if directly they're asking for situation analysis, do. But in life, we always take assumptions along with facts. Facts are there, but you cannot ignore the assumptions. Clear? So take assumption if necessary, if required. Unnecessary, do not take. In 10 lines or a 2-page case, usually assumptions are not required. Number one. Number two, that in 1 or 2 pages cases, analytical skill on the basis of the facts cannot be analyzed, but it also can be analyzed how deep you think in a classroom. The teachers will take you to that level. So this is about what to deal with the case. And next, just a minute, it's hanging. Now, when you're dealing the cases, you have to be very careful about the few more things. Like, what's your product? Product, it means your idea. It could be also you yourself, company's vision, company's thought, company's services. So product can be anything that is bundle of benefits to the world because it is made for them. Customer is in center. So you need to understand actually for what purpose you are here and what services you are bringing to the markets. First, know yourself, just like KYC, you know, and nowadays the do it yourself and these concepts are DIY and very common. Purpose is that you know your product. When you know your product, you know limitations. Then market, where we are. There may be a lot of, the similar products, shoddy products, unreal products, clear? Product with the same feature, but how to differentiate your product with others? It comes to the mind. Only sometimes through presentation, sometimes through channel, sometimes through, the different type of the application which is not known, like laser side effect. Clear? So if you do not know the market, your best product can be in a wrong market. Mismatch is dangerous, maybe. And sometimes it happens that the right student in the wrong class, right teacher with the wrong institutions, right organization with the wrong employees. There may be situations you need to understand. So what's the market? First, according to market, you design a product. According to market, your product must be befitting into it. Clear? So that's why the factor cannot be the same always. If the rate level T is working over here of the populations for the 20 lakhs and 3 more competitors are there, of course, very good. But is there any scope where the local T vendors are the processor who could bring the tea in a 40% lesser price to the community who cares and who wanted to have a tea? Then there is a market. So these 40% can be extended to the 20 and 15%. This is the opportunities. But if you are befoolingly targeting with this product, with the red level tea, I think this is a insanity. So you have to be very clear in mind what type of the market, according to the demography segmentations you have done, then you are targeting. So each and every product is not successful in all market. So product and their matching is required while you are analyzing the cases. Then comes competitors. Who are your competitors? Sensodyne is not a competitor to the Colgate. Sensodyne is not a competitor to the Patanjali. And even the Base Shakti is not a competitor to the Patanjali's products because they are in different market, different category, different applications, different group, different belief system. And if you want to go into the particular segment where the Patanjali is working, then you need to now understand what are the expectations of these groups or the target group and what strategy suits to them. Then you will need to have some differentiations in your product. So suggest differentiation strategy, suggest market adjustment strategy, suggest channel strategy and their change, not all strategies. Are they significant? That is very important. I again asked one thing, but again and again that you can suggest many things. Are they executable? Can you implement them? Ask these questions to again and again to yourself. In case study also, I can give 1,000 suggestions to the director, Madam Panga sir and others, but can they be executed? Do I know the resources? Do I know the limitations and strength of the Prestige? If I know, I'll suggest only those things that's best fit into the requirement. And you need to understand this is common sense. I mean, that everybody, you all are enjoying, you have this. That's why you are in PG classes. You cleared all your graduations. We cannot be fool you, and you can not easily be fool us. So are they significant? First, look at the relevance, and relevance can be understood on the basis of the price. All 4 P's in marketing, and not only in marketing, everywhere, it's a common product, price, promotion, place. Nowadays, we talk about the 2 more P's, and these recent P's, we talk about the product, price, process, and the performance. That is very important. After all, what is going to be performed, that is suitable to the market. If I am understandable to my students, I am suiting to the particular class. I may have a lot of, very good things in profile, but if I cannot be used properly, if my students are not able to get me, if I'm not getting the right company and supports, then everything is useless. Then you can say the product in the wrong market, or with the, you can say, the wrong targeting. So you may have a different target with the different products. So are you significant? Yes, you are significant. Many students come to me and say, sir, we are rejected. In other words, we are not selected in a company. Change your approach. Company selects the best suiting to their requirement. You may have more, you may be ambitious, looking for more freedom. You may be looking for the product development or market development, but they are looking for the individuals who could just spread the awareness. You are mismatched. Instead of being the, said, you should be happier that you are waiting for right turn and right company. And if Prestige provides is good, in tomorrow you are capable enough, you can get and you can have. So don't actually repent. Even the repentance and you are lamenting, you are weeping over, particular thing is not good thing. Are you meant for it? Are you suitable for that? Then you will find that nothing to be, we all have the different objectives and different type of the roles to play. We have different capabilities, we have different type of the skills, and these skill sets need to achieve our desired objectives. Similarly, in the cases, why I'm talking all this, because keeping in mind the case is the situation, account, everything we discuss. Do we need to compete? Again, next questions. Do we need to compete? Many times, the employees and the customers and the competitors, companies are competing. We say in market, actually, none of us compete, network competes in marketing. In personal life, we say we shouldn't compete each other because we have different domains. We have different things. If you will suppose one thing from the Panga sir, if Panga sir is of the habit to create the new things in the life, he will create new thing. The similar thing applies to the sir. If you snatch one opportunity, he will create next opportunity. If you will keep him or her into the isolation, he will also do the amazing thing over there. He will create the light. So that's the ability, the core competencies of the individual. So do we need to compete? Every time we don't need to compete. We need to rationalize. We need to, make our presence relevant and significant for what we are meant and for what we are not meant. Otherwise, you will not enjoy your life. And if you will also enjoy the cases. It's not a department that compete. It's a misunderstanding. Departments only integrate and align to achieve the objectives. But each and every department have distinct type of the problem and concerns. They do not compete each other. And every time they have a different standards. When objective changes, competition changes. As I told you that the 2 different products and different categories are not contesting to each other. Look at the dandruff issues and problem and hair growth problems. Intentionally, I created 2 products and I said that dandruff has nothing to do with the hair growth, our scalp, the strength, our root of the hair. It is different problem. This is different situation. I created a product and the way I spread the awareness and communication, public is now going towards that. Dandruff is the secondary stage, derived problem. But the major problem is that if your hair is now not susceptible to the dandruff, then dandruff will never get you. Catch you. So that is the situations. How you create, that is important. What's core values? Core values are important. My values, suppose if I'm a company in the pharma and my core values is to think that how can I serve the patients clear. Serving can be done in multiple. It must be reflecting into my vision that we call the brand drivers. So what are the drivers? Drivers are the benefits and the attributes and their correlationships. I am a confident individual. Suppose I am a knowledgeable individual. I am a hardworking. Will this produce the benefit to the prestige? If prestige is capable to align all these things with me, then definitely they can achieve their core values. Because the serving is not done by the one man or two men. It is done by multiple men in the multiple field. So core values needed to be understood. It must be reflecting in your ways. If I am insulting somebody else, definitely I would have these type of the intentions in my mind. If I'm mimicking somebody else, ridicule somebody else, it was deep back in my culture, in my value system, that is reflecting in different manners. So that's why when you analyze any individuals, you easily can analyze on the basis of the core values, which they practice, which they instilled into them. You cannot hide the values. You discuss with any individual, give them a chance, let them speak. You will identify and case the individuals. They can think they are befooling you, but you understand that you understand. Sometimes you intentionally befool yourself just to make the other believe that now you are befooled by them. So this is the situations you need to understand. What are the core values? So benefits and attributes that you have to take care while you are doing the cases. Otherwise, you cannot justify with your answers. This is the approach I'm telling you, not applied every time in the classroom cases. They may be the small cases. How to deal with the cases, then what tools you are applying? Product analysis. Like suppose we can take, I'll just try to finish in 5 to 7 minutes. I've taken more time. My classes was also scheduled there. So what tools you are applying? It could be the competitor analysis tool. A lot of applications are there. I think you know BCG Matrix, Boston Consulting Groups. You also know, I mean, the Unsoft Matrix, where we talk about the products and market analysis. You would have heard about the PLC, product life cycle. It's a life cycle. There are industry life cycle, clear. And there may be the something else like which we can say that the attractiveness of the markets, industrial attractiveness. So a lot of, I mean, metrics are there which you can understand, which you can take for your accounts, like Porter's generic strategy, everybody knows, focus, differentiation, and everything. But here, if you're talking about the competitor's strategy, then the 5 forces model of the Porter's can be applied there. So which one you are applying, mention it and justify it. But before that, you need to understand the limitations of the particular model which you are applying, because none of the model is free of limitations. So product market relationship, market industry relationship, industry competitors relationship, or what you are considering, everything is not same. Everything is not same. You cannot compare the product launching with the product in a mature stage. Both strategies are different. And the brand established for last 10, 20 years, and they are launching a new products. They might not be dealing the same strategy if the new brand and new products come in the initial stage. They both are different things. Don't go through. Clear? So even the industry life cycle and everything you have to take into account. Economics, recessions, and all stages are there. So this knowledge must be integrated. It will make your analytical skill very sharpened. Are they best fit? Then what not to do and what to do. What not to do, you be very clear. You're talking about industry, you're talking about market, talking about product, talking about segment, talking about functional level strategy, are talking about middle level strategy, are talking about the higher level, I mean, policy level strategies, corporate strategies. Don't mix up. The tools are different, but when I have seen that some of the students are using for the functional strategies, the corporate tool. Mismatch. There you got, I mean, everybody got you that you don't have the basic insights of the particular marketing or knowledge. You may be the anybody else, but if you don't know these basic changes, that is very dangerous. And these silly mistakes, even the faculty make at different levels, we have seen. Who we care, what's given. That's very important. Who we care, it means our core values, our vision, mission, and different objectives reflecting. For what? Suppose I care the sacrifice and goodwill. I don't care, suppose, the profit, money, because in long run, automatically, I believe that it will face the money. So I will never compromise with goodwill. Some of us are very concerned about the services and image. And some of us are very concerned about money. They even leave the job for just the petty increments. They can change their faith and trust to the individuals, allegiance, just for the few money. Because what they care, they will look out for that. They will go there. What you care, you will always nurture those things. So what actually organization care, industry care, you care, be very careful about it. What's given, that is again, same thing. What's blessed, you are blessed with different type of the skills. And like in organization, in case study, what is given, first list down. What's not given, don't repeat. And if the hypothetical questions asked, then give them an answer on the basis of the assumption and how far this could be used. If the situation 1 emerges, that could be the solution. Situation 2 emerges, that could be the solution. And if no situation is there, that would be the neutral way which we can adopt. So whatever given, I mean, you have to analyze it. And on the basis of the strength, if this is open-ended cases, close-ended cases, and if you are not allowed to take the assumptions, then you can say that data, just like in data sufficiency during your preparations for the MBA examinations. I think that is sufficient. You have to actually deal with the purpose, that whether your purpose is achieved. Because when I attend the classes as a student, I have a different purpose. I have to learn certain skills. So if your purpose is achieved, plus look into that. There's case studies for the knowledge, or just as an analytical skill you want to develop, or you want to hone up your skills, or you just want to gain and upgrade your experience. This is for all purpose. Varieties of case studies are there. Different natures are there. Case study is changing. And then how to write and how to conclude. See at the last, whether they ask you or don't ask you, always give a conclusion. And that here I easily can differentiate the individuals. If they ever I've had the read the case and they understood each and everything, then it reflects in the conclusion. If the person in a ceremony or in an event or organization, sorry, in any functional function, if a speaker cannot be, I mean, given a conclusive remarks by the different type of the, I mean, the administrators are there or coordinators are there, then you can understand that he didn't actually listen to you. He didn't lend the ears to your concern. That is not good thing. So conclusion shows that who you are. At last, actually, your behavior shows that what you think. You can see easily. And what is special touch? That is the special touch at last. So thank you very much to all of you. And if you have any questions, you can directly ask me or write to me. Or even I'll share some of the cases with Abhishek sir and Panga sir. So if you have any doubts regarding this, for you, I mean, no time, but I'll take care that the next time after my class, I can interact with you. So thank you very much, Panga sir and Abhishek sir and the departments, economics, IB club, who given me opportunity and thought me suitable for this discussions and delivering lectures on this. I hope and students would have learned something, and if they have any questions and doubts, I'm open to the house. Thank you.
Thank you.
Students, if you have got any doubt related to this elaborated understanding about case analysis workshop, I think sir has taken a very deep understanding of how to go, how to follow, how to conclude, how to conceive a case, and how to put it in a right order when you are spelling it into the answer sheet, or maybe when you're trying to put in a very raw, very large perspective in a boardroom while analyzing a case. So it took a lot of good examples related to the subject, a lot of practical inputs with a generic understanding about all the things which are very important with the case study solution. So I think it is very open for all of you if you can put down some questions, because I think that will always be very cautious and very very heartfelt understanding when we find that students put up a question related to the whatever has been delivered to them. So I'm keeping this forum open for you, and I do have got certain questions, but once I am through with your questions, I would be posting it and would be discussing with sir about the case study. Anybody who would like to come up or put up in the chat box if you got a problem, or you can unmute yourself and put up the questions too, sir.
Yes, sir. I have a question.
Yeah, please.
Sir, the session was very fruitful. Thank you so much. But
Thank you.
sir, sometimes what happened that after having domain specific knowledge, still sometimes we get a lot of confusion while solving the case. So how can we analyze that thing, that why we are having that particular problem?
Okay, that's what's your good name?
Sir, Vidushi Srivastav.
Vidushi, it's very good question. Actually, it's a responsibility of the administrator or the teacher who have actually, shared the case with you. Because since if you are in a first semester, then I should keep in mind what's the understanding and the insight of the first semester students might have majorly. If they are already aware about their background, then like suppose if you know the fundamentals of the marketing, finance, HR, OB, productions, statistics, and QT, these are on accounts, then definitely I should give you a case which is dealing with these fundamental questions. And the expectations usually you don't know as a student, but when we draft a case, there are some instructions and guidelines to the teachers and administrator that these cases meant for whom and what sort of the background is required. So if teachers are giving, sometime it happens, so they presume that you must have a knowledge. But if it happens in a classroom, it's the duty of the teachers to provide some supplementary, the attachments are they share some documents with you, like you can visit on a particular website, but this should not be done in one go. In a 60 minutes or 50 minutes, the things cannot be completed. If you know that certain things are not known by the students, they are not aware. So better you give some time, and you can ask to your concerned teacher that for this we need to have certain guidelines. For example, if the students in first semester is not known about the service marketing mix, they know only marketing mix. So these 7 P's must be given in instructions leaflet, outlet, or you can say that sharing material with them, that these are the 7 P's and how it was used. It is special reference to the particular hotel industry, resorts, insurance company, so that they know that if you are analyzing, so I'll not say you are not a good performer, your skills is not good. Within the domain specific knowledge and limitations of the first semester, you might be the best analytical individual, and I must appreciate. But in the fourth semester, you may not have the excuse that you didn't have this knowledge, because we expect from a tomorrow future manager and entrepreneur that they not only be aware about what it was being taught in a classroom, but the other ancillary informations. Like suppose if Ajit sir is teaching you digital marketing, and something is not given that how the Twitter analytics can be done, but Ajit sir must have a knowledge regarding the all nitty-gritty inside out analysis of the different things, because this student is coming to me with some assumption, with some beliefs and respects, and they should not be disappointed with my approach. So you will also adopt the same approach, but this is the primary responsibility of the teacher. And the secondary responsibility, that if they are assigning you, limitations are there. I cannot ask you in the first semester that analyze the service marketing mix in contrast to the traditional marketing mix. So you are correct, and you can ask to them. I think they understand. The purpose is just to develop these skills in you and a right approach. That is not an analysis and a marks. And teacher is very careful in this regards. Sometimes even in my students, I'm termed as a flexible teacher, very liberal teacher. My approach is different. I'm not telling others' approach is not good. They are also very good. But what I believe, I'm coming from teaching faculty family. My father was also professor principal. So he taught me that our purpose is to instill them and some skills into them, aware them, awaken them, hold their hand, and ask them to analyze. They are students, they will make error, mistakes. It's common, it's natural. But in mathematics, because I am from BC PCM group, physics chemistry mess, in mathematics we got a marks over the process, and process is important. What you have done, if even use in management, you can get a 0 marks because the output is 0. But in the mathematics and science, we get the 3, 4, 5 marks out of 10, because we went through the right channel. So I'll just suggest you that channel must be right in the first semester, and let the teacher care about your concern, and they must be provided you with these data. Otherwise, you can directly say that the insufficient data is there, what to do. He will guide you, she will guide you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, okay.
Good afternoon, sir. This is Lavanya on this side.
Yeah,
Sir,
thank
as you mentioned about certain models and tools which can be used for analyzing the case. So, sir, I want to ask that if I am through with a certain model and if a case study comes in which they have applied a tool already, like the in the case. So, sir, what to do in that case? Like, if I don't know about that tool, so, sir, how can I
Yes.
balance out?
That's right. See, the tool only can be applied, but when we have a sufficient material. As I told you that in the senior classes, you are expected and teachers are expected to give you the longer cases, lengthier cases. Lengthier cases does not mean in content, but they must actually include the diverse version and horizon of the related knowledge or category, whatever there. If suppose you are using a particular model in which the two things are given and the rest four quadrants, two quadrants are dealt with and two are not there. And if suppose I assume that you are aware about that model, then what to do? See, the whatever information is given, if this is an open-ended case, they ask you what to do. But if they are giving you, suggest like this situation, analyze. If you were a manager, what steps you would have taken to deal with these situations? Had you been appointed on particular territory in charge in 1991, what you would have taken? Then what information you are looking out? You are looking out for information relating to 1991 data. And this is the responsibility of the person who presented case with you, that they should have given the data related to it. Otherwise, still, if not given and they are asking you exam, the teacher will not say invigilator that no changes is required. So take certain assumptions. Clear? If you have an in-depth knowledge, and that assumption will always ensure that how much depth you have about this model understanding, because assumptions cannot be taken again in air. Like suppose you know that what's the value of the p, when the p value can be significant. So if you don't know the 95% confidence level and 0.05, if value is less than 0.05, then it would be significant relationship. Clear? And if you are actually shooting in air and writing there that if the value was less than 0.1, then it would happen. So it means you didn't have a knowledge, he understood. Those who are checking you. But second thing, but here, if you don't have a knowledge, don't take risk. A simple thing. When I don't know, suppose some international terms, then I say, sorry to Panga sir, that please let me explain these terms. I don't know the basics. And whatever I know, I should explain. So if you don't know, don't explain. Then what left with you? If the two quadrants are given there, apply your basic understanding according to your status and level, and then analyze how far this is going to affect the objectives of the problem which they have mentioned, to contribute or to solve the problem. So you can comment on here. This is not a generic comment. For the other public, it is generic comment. You expect this from the Ajit sir, Panga sir, Abhishek sir level, that they comment on it. But we are not expecting you to comment on it. We are just looking at the approach. So you just analyze two quadrants, like competitor analysis is given, industrial analysis is given, market analysis is not given, product analysis is not given. So what I can do, I can assume if the product A of these features I bring into the market, the industry will support. Clear? But if suppose I bring a product B, it will not support. But how can I keep the market constant? This only can be responded by your teacher or the higher level students of the higher classes. So you are right. You have only one thing. Either if you have studied the model, then take those assumptions that can be verified and believable. And if you don't have the knowledge, then just go through the information is given there. The data is given. You just analyze simply on the basis of your fundamental awareness. But in future, I'll expect that Tanya, when you become an MBA graduate, you will have to yourself, access the information. In ICFI Business School, we asked our student to visit, and whatever deficit is there, now bridge the gap through, visiting the different portals and websites and gather those information. 15 days are given and then present it. So that requires analytica. What analytics we are learning? This is classroom analytics. In future, if you don't know, you are a new era illiterate person. If you don't know the modern techniques, so in tomorrow, your manager will expect you to be conversant and aware with all surroundings and developments. So you are right. At your level, you can apply this. In future, you are expected to look at the case from this perspective. I think I try to convince you. Is it okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, Tanya.
Is there any other question?
Yes, sir.
Please.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Sarthak Trivedi from IB.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask that how we can know which strategy should we use to deal with a certain case.
Yeah. See, if this is a HR case, IB case, like suppose if in an IB you are dealing with the export-import policy, or if you are dealing with the suppose joint venture or merger, some complicated situations or complexities, then you need to understand everything. Like in joint venture is done on the basis of what? What are the premises for joint venture? And when the company had a JV with a particular, the partner company or some other brand, then on what basis actually they had a joint venture? And what's the objective of that? So if suppose my control is not solely with my proprietary, suppose I am with a company A and I forced an alliance with company B in foreign, and we have a clear-cut demarcation that the 40% I'm in the profit sharing with me and 60% with them. And they also mentioned that where I can control the particular policies and can make the changes, where I can be an advisory panel and suggest something. I may raise some doubts and objections to the company. So first you have to be very clear that what rights actually comes under me and where I can make the changes. And then accordingly, you will have to see, like domestic right is given to you. So domestic market and their concern. Now in domestic market, what type of the product you have, what type of the market you have, and then again go with the same funda that what's the mission and vision of the company, and how actually they wanted to reflect their core values into their products. If these things are into the market, and if certain things which you do not want to disclose to the public, you decided in a meeting, board of directors meeting. So you have to keep those things in the back of your mind, and then you can decide on a strategy. Of course, strategies are thousands, millions, but as I told you, each and everything cannot be used. In classroom understanding purpose, we can suggest, but in real life, we are not actually expected to apply the same strategies which 1,000 others are doing. Otherwise, we expect an expert to have expertise view, analytical view. What is the best? If as I told you now, that 100 rupees I have given you, and if I could save the 90 rupees for my management and for my directors, then I am a skillful person. And the things can be done using the 10 rupees. So why I invested? Even sometimes even I dare to ask these questions to our management and other faculty members. So somewhere, we are not actually looking at the budget. I am of different view. Even we can constrain our budget and can use for the other purposes. And if we are diverting these resources, then we can have a better results. Clear? So 100 rupees we are investing, but sometimes 40 rupees is not going into right directions. But the management is a strategic management thinking. They might be thinking that it will reap the benefits after 5 years. So I cannot challenge them. But as a layman, I can think of that these 40% if used for the, so strategies is dependent upon these situations. That's why the whole analysis I talked about. So what you can do, what you cannot do. If the product has the limited potential and the features, how long it will sustain in the markets? You need to modify it. And after some time, modification is not possible. how Ajit sir will modify? I mean, the 10, 20 years are remaining. Thereafter, is there any, I mean, utility if I'm modifying me in 80 years or 90 years of the age group? If there is a utility, let me modify, but I cannot relaunch me in the 90 years of the age. But some of like me person are doing this. I mean, they are venturing doing this. Why so? Because they think that even in years of the 90, they can change. There are, I know many, I mean, senior citizens in 80 years of the age group when I was quite young like you. She was actually learning the C++. And I was amazed with her approach because they wanted to be always young with the existing crowd. You can understand how you can make yourself relevant and every time meaningful. You will deny me tomorrow in your class if Ajit sir is not talking about what running into the Hollywood and Bollywood. If you can't sing and relate with your emotions and the, I mean, both things. So here I need to update and make me relevant. So strategies can be in connection with the ongoing situations and where you want to go. I said achieve the objectives, where you want to go, what are the factors that can contribute, and what the God has given me opportunities. I only can talk about the marketing. I have no right to talk about the HR and IP. And the God has given the different stewardship for it. So I should not strategize about them. I only can strategize about my department. So that's a way. Is it good? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Murli sir, I think we're done with the question part, question answer session.
You're asking me, Abhishek?
Yes, sir. I think,
sorry. As I was telling you, just listening to Ajit sir, I postponed my lecture today. I thought of, I wanted to be there and listen to every input which sir was trying to talk about and sir was trying to deliver to the students. And it was not basically for the students inside, it is basically for everybody who is trying to use case study as an important pedagogy while teaching in an MBA program. So it has an inculcation, or what you can say, it has a mix of understanding for students. It is a mix of understanding for we people who are also faculty in nature. So it is a two-way understanding for both of us, for the students and the faculty. So I'm really grateful to you, sir. My few very generalized questions which usually come from the student side, and I always face that problem, is students take case study in terms of unseen passage. And I always tell them there is a difference between an unseen passage and a case study, because they do not have an understanding, or they do not come from an undergrad program or an institution where they have been taught of going into understanding a case. So they solve it in terms of unseen passage, which is like just searching for a terminology which is there in the question, searching for them in the paragraph and writing an answer for that. I personally hope it is not right, but that I would request you to elaborate like how this case study is different from an unseen passage, and how students should use a simple understanding of solving the case.
Yes, you are very true. And the similar thing I use with some children. Fortunately, they are students in the 8th class, 7th class. Now they are also given some cases. So when actually my niece was studying this case, and I told her that you are reading unseen faces just like you do case study, just opposite to it, because actually unseen faces was not a, I mean, it was a good term, but and it is unseen, clear. So case is also not seen. But the problem is that in our traditional system, usually in the new system, the teachers are very aware. They are paying heed to this concern. We actually usually jump to the conclusion. And what is the, I mean, the common understanding about it? First, we look at the questions and then we look at the unseen passages. So paraphrasing, you say, or you talk about the reading comprehension or unseen passages. This is a common approach actually. Unseen, I think, is more tough than case study, because the information is very limited, and context you can never know. If suppose in the Hindi literature or English literature you are dealing with, it's totally, I mean, examination. That's why hardly everybody can secure 60 to 70% marks, but I hardly saw that somebody has secured the 90 to 100% marks in unseen paces. So it's again the one of the analytical tool in the earlier classes, which actually give us a chance to grow and hone up our skills. But in the later classes, in the higher educations, case study, as I told you, that it could be in a story form, it could be the relationship, and different sequence of the activities or events could be there. So case study cannot be seen just like a unseen paces, because the stature and the level is also advanced. We are given a more enhanced exposures to the different situations, and that is a basic difference. And here actually, as I told you, that I cannot take myself in isolation, especially during COVID time. Each one of us are aware that we all are a family man, and silly mistakes can cause the trouble and life to the all family members. So that's why we have to be very careful. And when I say that when somebody say that Ajit sir, you have done this good job, this is not a good job. So when I say good job, I take into account everybody, my colleague, my teacher, opportunities, the good treatment, bad treatment, honor and dishonor. They all constitute me. They all make me like you. And so in a case, actually, you cannot uh, discard the different type of the activities which you know that happened in your life, but public is not aware. Otherwise, I mean, you are just cheating yourself. So that is not a right thing. So how better I am, how good I am, that I must know. If even public criticize you, uh, and your mission of the life is different, do not pay heed, because criticism is good if can add value into us, and we should appreciate our critics. But here in the cases, you need to have an integrative approach. You need to have a, otherwise you cannot look out for a synergistic solutions. Like in family, we never ignore the weaknesses of other, but we do not give a, I mean, value and significance to the weaknesses. If every time parents are identifying and then talking to the children that you are not good at it, then the neighborhood boy is good and you are not performing, that is not a good thing. Of course, sometimes you say that this is it. So you expect your, you accept your children with limitations, just like we accept students with their limitations. This institution also accepted all of us with some limitations. We are not that much master in a way. There is always scope of improvement in all of us. So cases actually, if you want to have a generistic, I mean, generistic is not a right word, a general solutions to the specific problem, then you need to have the multiple and surrounding knowledge and their considerations. Without considering them, I should not tell. This is again an approach in life we learn from unseen paces and the case study, that we should not actually hold anybody responsible. We should not pass our judgment in hurry, and we should not actually criticize or honor anybody else in hurry. We take into consideration each and every aspects, and then in toto we come out. We should have a justification in life why I admired suppose Panga sir, why I admired Abhishek sir. Then it is not just an admiration. It is based upon some my observation, facts, realities, and analysis. So that is a way. I mean, that's why all management students, we are also management students. They all are, I mean, it's a game of approach. So case actually give you approach. And unseen passage actually is in the beginning, you know, in beginning, you may not exposed to the many things. So it is, I mean, more biased in approach. But this is, I can't say biased. Here, it's an inclusive approach. So this is, I think, according to my knowledge, is the one of the differences there. But we are pushing our students into this analytical way right from the beginning. So unseen paces, apathit gadyansh in Hindi. and reading comprehension. They are the term. And I think each one of you in future, if you students, especially when you become a parent, try to instill, do not actually force your children and succeeding generation, try to bring out the best and let their creativity be prevailing. Also have some monitoring, as a monitoring body, you be there, but don't suppress them. Neither for the family, nor for society, nor for organization, it's good. The talented and creative people must be motivated. They should be given opportunities. At last, they benefit us. So I think, Murli sir, that was my answer. I think if you...
It's obviously, it's a real good one, actually. That was something which was always been in my mind when I start going for a case study, analysis or giving a case study to the students. So now I request Abhishek sir to formally put up a, give his valuable thanks to Professor Upadhyay sir and for his valuable time and his input to the students of international business and students of PIMR.
Thank you, sir. In fact, Ajit sir, I postponed my class to listen to you. And let me tell you, sir, in last almost 2 hours, I came to know that actually we make the case tough. Basically, case is not tough. We make it tough. And you taught us that how to make the case easier and correlate the case with our life. The case is not from any other planet. The case is from our society. The only thing we have to correlate it. Let me tell you, sir, your words are seriously motivate me to do much more thing in the field of marketing. Although I am from economics, and on behalf of International Business Club, on behalf of Department of Economics, and on behalf of our family, PIMR family, I thank you, Dr. Ajit Upadhyay, for giving us a valuable time. And let me tell you, sir, we are fortunate enough to listen your words of wisdom, and thank you so much, sir, for being here.
Thank you. Most welcome.
Sir.
Since it's our family, so anytime they are our students, you are our colleague, friend, so no problem. Anytime.
We look forward for more and more sessions from the senior faculty members from Prestige family, and we have given a start of it. Like Dr. Sachan was always after me that a lot of people are calling our own people, and we start calling people from other institutions who are not that senior as compared to the senior professors of our own institutions, who have been not only been known to the city or state or the country, but are even been having a good impact on the subject and the people who are learning about it out of in India also. So in that series of input or series of intellectual discussion, we started with the senior professors of our own institution, Dr. Hyde and Dr. Upadhyay. Both are, I'm referring them as doctor, but more than that, they are senior professors. Doctor is something much lower profile. I should not put it in that way, but then senior professors are always been a senior professor. This is a designation which they are going to carry till they breathe their last. So I think I am thankful to both my senior professors here and on behalf of my students. And I look forward, sir, for some more sessions once this virus or COVID is out, and it's like we would like to have more offline interaction of the students of all the batches of PIMR, so that they can understand their own senior professors. They can understand the basic reason of entering an MBA program by understanding the cases, by understanding how to solve it and how to use it during all their 4-year semester programs. So thank you so much, sir, for giving your valuable time. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.